Hello everyone, my name is Pacha and welcome to this new mini zoo project here in Planet Zoo to celebrate next week's release of the Arid Animal Pack. My goodness, I'm so excited for the pack that I can't even speak anymore properly. But yeah, next week we are getting our 14th DLC alongside update number 1.14, and it will focus on a lot of animals from the arid regions of Africa. More on that and what my opinion on this DLC a bit more later. But we are, of course, need some space for these new animals to build for these animals, and that is why I decided to build a new zoo for them. And you have already seen the name of the zoo in the title card that was here just a minute ago, and the new zoo will be called Wahat Jamila. And if Google Translator didn't trolled me and didn't put a prank on me, this should be Arabian and this should mean wonderful or beautiful oasis. But I thought would be a very fitting name for the zoo, but more on that later. If of course I have anyone in the audience, in the viewer, on my viewers that speak Arabian, either via mother language or because they learned it, and who can confirm if Wahat Jamila does in fact mean wonderful or beautiful oasis, I would be very happy about that, because of course I don't want to offend anyone's culture, language, or otherwise. So getting confirmation on this would be very nice. Wonderful Oasis has of course a reason why it's called that. And if you look in the background here at the moment, you see this big green blob behind this building, and this will be the place for a big oasis, a big water lake of water, source of water. Of course, an oasis is a place in the desert where water collects and then where some foliage can grow around, and wanderers and travelers through the oasis through the desert always seek out these places of water, and small towns can even grow around them, sometimes even large towns over millennia and thousands of years. They are basically the lifeline of the deserts in Africa, of the Sahara in Africa, but also of course of other deserts around the world. Exactly, and that's why we're building this little zoo here. Really, I try to restrict myself really this time to at least the DLC animals, and then one or two animals from other packs or from the base game, like the meerkat or the Egyptian flying fruit bat, I think it's called. So not again 1 year of development for this one zoo. At least I hope that I try to get this zoo done as quickly as possible. But of course, if we get more DLCs in the future with more African animals, I am of course will extend this zoo to also feature them. Right. That about the premise of this zoo. And the idea is that we have a path going all around the oasis here, and you will have the water and beautiful foliage on one side, and then the animals in their exhibits on the other side. So you get a nice little bit of nature and refreshment from the hot desert, but also get to see a couple of the new cool animals that will come with this DLC. Talking about what we are doing today, now 4 minutes in, we are of course need to build the entrance here, so no new animals, no new plants or anything. Of course that is also not possible because the pack releases next week, not this week, so I only have access to the base game stuff and to the stuff that is already available for everyone. And that's why I decided to already build the entrance, so we have a basis from which we can go off then, which we can use to build the rest of the zoo. And if you are wondering why maybe my style of building is less detailed or less intricate like some of my later works, for example in Raven Creek, like my big backstage or something like that, I'm very sorry if that is the case, but this style, this North American Arabian style of building, is something I haven't done before, so I'm not yet that used to it and have to still figure out stuff that I can do, stuff that is possible, that looks good and otherwise is found in real life. I still have to play around a little bit with the pieces. Of course, the Africa pack, or not Africa pack, Africa pack or not Africa pack, I don't know anymore, that we got 2 years ago already. My goodness, the time is flying. Really helps because it came with a bunch of very useful pieces which we'll also use extensively in this video today. A lot of plaster pieces and very ornate tiles and such things. But yeah, the idea is to have this little old town bazaar thingy here with this entrance with 2 towers. The one we are building right now will be a bird tower, something I saw in a couple of pictures from Arabia. So a high tower with a lot of wood on the top, perching posts in the top of the building, where you could have falcons and other birds sitting and resting. And this is something I wanted to include to kind of also reflect a little bit on the culture of this area. And then the rest up behind it will be a little bit of will be an open plaza with a gift shop that will be empty for now, but we will fill out later, and some restrooms, and then you get a nice view on the Oasis in the background. And then you can already start your walk around, your tour around this Oasis, and then in the end you will end up at the entrance again, or then the exit, and then you can go to the gift shop and purchase something and then drive off. So we will also building a parking lot at the end of this video. Of course, if you want to jump to any of these points in the video, I should have made timestamps for this video, so you can jump between them. But of course, know that I will continue talking, and so jumping between these timestamps could become a little bit confusing when I'm just talking about stuff that you maybe didn't catch up. But yeah, we are getting a new DLC, the Arid Animal Pack, coming to us on the 20th of June, if I'm not entirely incorrect here. If I'm, please respect that. It is getting late. It was a long weekend. But let us talk about this DLC and my thoughts about this DLC while we are building this bird tower and then the rest of the entrance plaza in a minute. We are getting, of course, 8 new animals, not any new pieces or something like that. It's an animal pack, so 8 new animals we are getting, 7 habitat animals and 1 exhibit animal. And let us talk about my opinion on that. We are getting the sand cat, the dromedary camel, the African crested porcupine, the Adex antelope, I think it's called, the Dama gazelle, the Somali wild ass. Please, YouTube, don't flag me for that. It is what it's called. The black rhino, and as an exhibit animal, we are getting the desert horned viper. And yeah, I think this, just from a general point of view, this is one of the first DLCs, maybe together with the Twilight pack last year, that kind of split the community into 2 parties, but also kind of was a controversy, but was a big head scratcher for many of us when we first heard about it, because this pack is very very African centric pack for something which is not an African pack from the name per se, but an arid, so desert animal pack in general. And I know a lot of people, I know of, like Eam was one of them, and other people were a little bit confused when the pack came out, especially in Blown Nation, because of the animal choices and the animals that we didn't got with this pack. Because when we first heard or first came up the idea of an African, not an African, I'm always saying it, of an arid desert pack, we of course thought we would get animals from all over the world, from deserts all over the world, like roadrunners or pecaris from North America, maybe like a Saiga antelope from Asia, because we also kind of cold deserts, stuff like that. Maybe even an echidna from Australia, stuff like that. And when we heard the list, I mean, we also got this amazing live stream by the amazing Planet Zoo people where they kind of foreshadowed 4 animals of the pack already. I think they kind of teased the dromedary camel, the porcupine, the rhino, and the desert horned viper. And we thought, okay, yeah, these are 4 African animals, that's fine. Of course, Africa would have a huge representation in this pack because Africa has one of the biggest deserts in the pack, in the world, with the Sahara Desert, and the Arabian Desert is also not that far away. So of course there would be more or a bigger number of African animals, because African animals also make us most of the animals in zoos, so that's fine. And the rest of the 4 animals would be from all over the world, representing, as I said, North America, Australia, stuff like that. And then next day we got the official announcement of the DLC, and then we saw, okay, we are getting also the sandcat, okay, also African. We are also getting the Adex antelope and the Dama gazelle, both African, and the Somali wild ass, also African, also Somali wild donkey, before YouTube strikes me, also African. And we were a little bit confused. The pack was called the Arid Animal Pack, not the African Arid Animal Pack, or the African Savannah, African Desert Pack, but Arid Animal Pack, indicating like much more diversity of the pack. And I was confused at first. I wasn't even confused, but I was also a little bit disappointed. I'm honest with that, and I think as a content creator who works with Planet Zoo, I should also be honest if I'm not fully agree with everything, because only if we have stuff, if you can talk about stuff, we can also make it better, or worse, we can make it better if we openly talk about things we don't like and we like and what we would change. And I was first a little bit disappointed, because, as I said, I had some expectations with an animal pack, especially also with a zoo that focuses on North American, European, and also some South American animals. I would have loved, as I said, a Picari, maybe even a Coati, or any other animal from the vast majority of also North American desert animals, because Texas and New Mexico and Arizona have also big deserts with a lot of amazing animals in them. So my expectations were kind of a little bit high, and I know this is always a big problem if you have high expectations, because you can only fall low or fall deep if you have high expectations. But it happens with this game, and I can also be happy that I still have high expectations for this game after all these years, and I'm still hyped about every new pack. But it is what it is. So the pack released, and I was people who talked with me, I could tell you that I was a little bit upsetty spaghetti about everything, and I wasn't angry about them or anything like that, because I know these animals were wished for, a lot of these animals were wished for by the community for a long time. But it wasn't an animal, or there weren't animals that I needed or wanted, at least for now. And I think that's also fine. It's, as I said, as a content creator, I don't always have to cheer and glare and smile to everything Frontier does and say everything is perfect. This would also be fake and not me if I would not have any critique towards this game and would only hype it up, because otherwise Frontier might not work with me anymore. As I said, as a content creator, we also have the job to talk about stuff that we don't like and that could be done better, I think. But as I said, the vast majority of people wasn't that happy with this pack. But I also heard a lot of people who were praising this pack, who were very happy about it, who just would have changed 1 or 2 animals that they more likely wanted to have, like a secretary bird or something like that, or a honey badger. I think was one of the animals that I most heard of. And I think it's fine that we have some critique about these packs, and that we not just accept everything as given and celebrate everything, but we can also share our opinion on that. And now the last days, and now we have Sunday when I'm recording that. Plensu already showed us, apart from the promotion pics, they showed us. I mean, we know about the Sandcat by now, the Dromedary Camel, the Addax and Dama Gazelle, as well as the African Crested Porcupine and the Somali Black Ass. I think the only animal we haven't seen so far are the Black Rhino and the Desert Hot Viper. These are the only two animals that we haven't seen. The other ones we know how they look in game due to what Frontier is posting in our and pre and announcement material. And I have to say, I have to agree with also majority. These animals look amazing. They look absolutely amazing. I think they are among the best animals Frontier ever did or did so far in this game. The skin details and everything on these animals is outstanding. I mean, we haven't seen the Sandcat fully now. We have only seen them cuddle up and sleeping, so we don't know how this one looks fully standing right up. So we have to wait. But the other ones that we saw, especially also with the African Crested Porcupine and its quills, yeah, of course, they look absolutely outstanding, amazing. And while I'm still the opinion that I would have loved some more worldwide representation of these animals, I can only agree that the animals that we get with this pack are amazing and worth the price that they pay for it, that they want for it, with $9.99 in most countries. It's because the quality of the models is one of their best. If the animals have veins, they have skin details, the quills move and everything like that on the porcupine. It is really amazing. So to sum this a little bit up, while I'm still not 100% sure and happy about everything, I still have to agree, and I still will say that I'm really happy to get these animals or the quality of these animals. And I'm looking forward to building for them in this new desert-themed zoo here. And as I said, I try to keep it a mini-series, though not 150 episodes or anything like that. We will include some animals like the meerkat and such from other packs, or maybe even the wildebeest from the wildlands, from the grasslands pack, which I haven't built for. So I can see us doing a nice Savannah safari type of exhibit with maybe some of the new antelopes and the wildebeest, stuff like that. We will see. I will see what I come up with in the couple of next episodes. But yeah, this was my 2 cents about the pack as a whole, or my opinion about the pack, and yeah, about this new project. And I will now leave you to the rest of the episode with some music, and then I will see you in the real-time part at the end of this video. So until then, have a great time. Thank you for listening, and maybe you can also give me your opinion on the whole pack. And then I see you in the end time part. And yeah, until then, have a great time. So, and here we are now in the real-time part, and I can feel the sun scorching on my skin like the real sun burned my face today when I was outside. And as you can see, for miles and miles, there is nothing but desert, but a small puddle here outside the border. And here now is the finished entrance with some extra more detailing here and there that I did before. Yeah, the recording, but that wasn't also not in the speed build. And I would say before we stand longer in the hot sun and get burned, we go towards the entrance. Yeah, past this little makeshift car park here, really something very simple with some logs indicating where you can park your car. But otherwise, it's very simple, very small, and it does its jobs. So yeah, I also added now the name, which was also not in the video. I don't know why. Maybe I cut it out because it would take so long. But Wahat Jamila, the official name of the zoo now, and of course we can now finally use these dromedary camel signs that we got with the Africa pack back then, almost 2 years ago, but we didn't have a dromedary camel. Now we finally have it. It feels good now to use these signs, and yeah, as I said, nothing much done here apart from that, and also some details are still a little bit missing. The gift shop, as I said, is still empty. That will be filled in the later episodes when I got more time. I just thought to keep this episode somewhat in a good time frame, I would just skip over this and land on the roof apparently, as a professional YouTuber does in these videos. Always land on the roof. Remember that if you want to start your own YouTube channel. But yeah, I said very simple, very small entrance plaza here with a gift shop with some vending machines for some drinks, not hot drinks, just cold drinks, and this lovely rhino statue that we also got with the Africa pack. Of course, it is for the white rhino. We are now getting the black rhino, but I think for a statue that is fine. I think that still just a job. And then here we have a small lookout point over the what will be the Oasis body of water, and then the path will wrap around this body of water and come back over here or otherwise around with a small island in the middle. And once we get over to this point and we have some stuff over here, maybe an animal exhibit over there, it will look very lovely also with the whole plants that will go around here. But yeah, very simple, very small. I think the next episode, once the pack is out, will be over here for our first animal. I already have one in mind that I want to put over there, but that you will see next week when the pack releases, launches. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this first episode on our new mini zoo. If so, maybe consider giving this video a like, and if you haven't already, maybe also consider subscribing to the channel. We reached 900 subscribers by now, so the 1000 subscribers isn't that far away, and you can make the difference. You can be part of the Jaguar family and contribute to the channel if you want to support me. And yeah, I think that is enough said about this so far, about this today. I hope you will be there for the next episode next week. Until then, stay safe, have a great time, and I see you in the next episode. So until then, bye bye everyone.